Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video right now, PlayStation is kind of going and taking down Xbox in kind of some unprecedented ways. Now, as you guys probably know, PlayStation has been a somewhat pretty strong conglomerate of people, and right now we're kind of seeing this weird, somewhat standstill truce when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, where Xbox is allowing a lot of different various games to come to PlayStation or even the Switch platforms, and kind of opens up a really big future of gaming as a whole. But one big thing to note is that right now, it seems like this big thing is actually taking down servers and causing quite a bit of mayhem, but in all the best ways. Now, traditionally, if your servers are usually getting set offline or having issues, that could be a really big issue, kind of like my hair. I need to get a haircut. But when it comes to that stuff, that's usually either good or bad. But this is more leaning towards the good. Because right now, the overall demand when it comes to Xbox games coming to PlayStation is astronomically high to the point where servers are getting shut down, having issues, having lag issues, and well, thankfully will most likely be resolved, if not always going to be perpetually resolved too. But when it comes to this stuff, it's in crazy to go and see. So let's go talk about this, talk about the drama, talk about the fun stuff, and talk about the future of gaming as a whole. And also, if you guys are bored, we're going to be doing some fun stuff on Twitch tonight. There'll be a link down below after the video, as well if you guys subscribe to the YouTube if you guys want to, and all the usual sell it links down below, and let's dive on into it. So as you guys probably know, when it comes to Xbox, we're getting some bigger games on PlayStation. In Sea of Thieves, some other various games like Grounded, etc. But I think Sea of Thieves is kind of the, number one, the most kind of sought after one, mainly because it is a massively multiplayer game. There's a lot of PvP. It's like a fun concept that is kind of unique on the PlayStation ecosystem. But right now, it seems like these server issues are causing a lot of, well, general issues for Xbox themselves, where the former Xbox exclusive experiencing server issues on the PS5 due to popularity. A former Xbox console exclusive debuts on the PS5 with such overwhelming success that its servers are struggling to keep up with the player demand. Now, this is actually money. So if you guys are, I guess, kind of aware of launching products or doing things, if you're having so much success that you cannot actually currently handle it from what you would be expecting, that is a win. That is a huge win. That's basically being hey, we'll expect 10,000 players. That's what we have for the servers. Now there's 30,000. These are just kind of made up numbers, but for reference. And then you're like, oh my God, there's even more demand than expecting. And you may have to go and spend a little bit more money on servers or allocate more resources. And I'm sure Xbox as a whole, maybe because they already have their own individualized hosting company, basically they probably can easily just go and hit up an email and have this all allocated in the first place. Not a big deal when it comes to Xbox as a whole. Especially for a Game Pass game, and especially for a game like Sea of Thieves. And that's kind of why they're running betas right now and kind of this early access type of stuff to let things have a chance to kind of equal out. Same thing too when it comes to Xbox, etc. Because there's a lot of things going on with the game itself. There's big updates coming too, and obviously having more people in the PlayStation Network will ideally bring a lot more folks to the console and game itself. But this is why things are cool, because this is a really good sign. Xbox was basically trying to determine if Sea of Thieves is going to be a good game, if it sells well, if people enjoy the experience, if it's an actual thing that people consistently play for a while, and due to the fact of the game itself, there is a lot of things to do, and it is a fun gaming experience. I think that will happen. So right now, the former Xbox exclusive Sea of Thieves is experiencing server issues on PlayStation due to the popularity. A former Xbox console exclusive debuts in PlayStation 5 with such overwhelming success that its servers are struggling to keep up with player demand. And this is why we like this, because like I said, this is like us having a binocular into the Xbox brain and trying to be is this going to be good long term? Okay, the game is so excited that people are playing the game and servers are having issues. This is a win. Now, granted, it's not really a win if you have issues, obviously, that's kind of a big duh, but I'm saying in terms of the general broadness of it, it's nice. So the high levels are Sea of Thieves PlayStation 5 beta is currently experiencing longer matchmaking times due to increased player traffic. So that's okay. That's a good problem to have for the consoles and the actual potential for new games coming to each other's consoles. That's a win. Basically shows that the player demand is there. Rare has also identified an issue that may be exacerbating the problem, but will not be able to fully resolve it by the time the beta concludes, though, on the 15th. And then obviously the Sea of Thieves port will be officially released on the April 30th. So right now, people are testing out the game, kind of doing a more of an early access, little sneak peek of the game itself to see how is it going to be fun, are they going to like it, see how the sales are, all of that. And so far, it seems like it's done very, very well. And this is like a big thing to know because this is like kind of the big first Xbox cross-generation game that we're all seeing. And this is where things get like fun because imagine now 5 years down the road of what games may be shared between all these really big game companies. We did also go and see MLB The Show, which is a PlayStation game, come to Xbox Game Pass, funny enough, although there's probably like a big pretty penny to be spent on that one, but there actually has been like a little baby bit of bygones be bygones and going from there. It's intriguing to see. So basically right now the beta has been going insanely well to the point where the servers are presently struggling to keep up with the traffic, and the Sea of Thieves PS5 beta test is scheduled to continue until April 15th. The Sea of Thieves PS5 port was originally announced in mid-February, and Rare's co-op pirate adventure is the final title for Microsoft's initial multi-platform game, publishing foray that has yet to reach non-Xbox consoles. So the British developer launched a closed beta for the PS5 users as of Friday, and ever since then, it's been nice. There's been a lot of people who care about the game and checking it out too as well. So the Sea of Thieves devs are asking PS5 players for patience as well. So just over an hour after, so it's, you know, at this point, a lot of this has probably been more sorted, but the general idea of this video is that it's received well. It's going good. This is what we like to see. Basically, Rare took to social media and asked players for patience over potentially longer matchmaking times. The studio attributed the queues to a huge influx of new players, which once again, this is what we're talking about in this video. That's a win. That's good. This might also be a nice first sign of more games coming from Xbox. Like, this is like the biggest deal. This is really nice. It's like going well. Now imagine if people want to play Sea of Thieves and then no one cared. Like, it was maybe like 50 people and some random guy who likes to dress up like a pirate on the weekends. Yeah, he'd be having a field dream, but Xbox devs would be very, very disappointed and most likely being like, well, PlayStation people clearly don't care about our games, so why do we even bother? Why spend the man hours porting games over or the emails or time or whatever it might be? Let's just focus on ourselves. But once again, this has done the exact opposite, where people are very happy. The pre-orders have been doing phenomenally well too on top of that for the game. It's intriguing because the game itself is kind of old, but it has been continually updated. It's kind of like a live service game, and like it's fun. Like, I've played it myself. I played it on PC, but I haven't played it on PlayStation. But the game itself is like a fun game. Like, it is an enjoyable experience. You're just being a pirate, doing pirate things. You play with your buds and do pirate stuff. Like, that's a win. Like, we like that. That's good. So right now, if you guys have had a chance to check out the beta, let me know if you guys have liked it. So they're also saying too, thankfully there's probably not many issues. That's why they're doing the beta itself. If there is, these are not like the most groundbreaking issues. I've seen some Activision games that are offline for like days, like, you know, horrible logging queues, or some MMOs have issues. Helldivers for like a week straight, 2 weeks straight was having issues nonstop. And this is kind of why you run some betas, to be like, hey, we need to have a little bit more of an infrastructure. The player base is there, if there's any groundbreaking bugs, and all that type of stuff. So it does kind of appear too as well that they might have actually even underestimated the game's PS5's prospects, as the article itself is even quoting, and I'd probably agree. But seeing how stress testing server infrastructure is one of the main goals of holding multiplayer betas in the first place, it's likely they'll have a chance to go and update everything on the back end to make sure everything is all set, and this will be launching later on this month. This is nice. They're also saying they also be able to go alleviate the longer matchmaking times before the Sea of Thieves beta even concludes too as well, because they've had things in the official forums talk about how they've been trying to go and issue with these like issues in the first place, trying to fix the optimization of the game as well. A bug might be actually being causes too, but this is why you do the betas. You make sure the first like 2 or 3 days on beta stuff is having, you know, a few little issues popping up, but at the same time, they still have a few weeks to do these very last minute final touches, and at the same time can also get even more big updates later on. So it does still stink a little bit because Game Pass, this is a Game Pass title, so it makes it a little bit more easier to play multiplayer with your friends, but the game itself is only $30. The game's been out for a while. It's a fun experience. I think if you guys want to at least have, like, if you guys like being a pirate and doing pirate cutesy stuff and like little adventures, or especially playing with your buds, I just want someone new to go play for a few weeks, I do think this game has always been a fun experience, at least in my mind. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to go and say is this has just been a good experience, like good everything. Like, I'm happy about this. I'm happy having the chance to see this. I'm happy having a chance to go and see Xbox doing well, and that PlayStation is strong enough to go and take down the entire Xbox servers. And I think it just really does show that this game has potential. Like, people are going to like this experience. Now, we're not sure how other games might do, such as Grounded. I also enjoyed Grounded a lot. But there's a few of those those more mid-tier games, which we'll have to kind of see, or if they do port over more stuff, they hopefully have their expectations in line for indie games, but it's intriguing. Like, this is really cool. So I want to hear your thoughts on everything down below, and I love that the gaming universe is coming together. As well, we do have the Twitch stream down below live if you guys want to hang out and check out down below. We also have all the, subscribe if you guys are new, give your thoughts and comments down below. I appreciate y'all for watching.